Okay, everybody. I have something really cool to tell you about. If you haven't heard yet about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain here. It's free. There are creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, and more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one single place. Now, the way that you can do this is you got to download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm, and then you can get started. It's really fun. We just switched over recently here at All2Real2, and I'm enjoying it so far. So be sure to check it out and let us know what you think. Okay, hello everybody, and welcome to the All2Real2 podcast. I'm your host, Michael E. Cullen II, and with me, as always, is my co-host, the ever-fabulous Matthew Haas.
Hello, hello, hello. Very nice that all of you are listening to us tonight. Me and Mike are going to give you a great show.
I think that was a little bit too enthusiastic.
Okay.
Bring it down a little.
I gotta find the balance.
Down.
Right. Hello. Nice to have you here.
There's nobody here but you and I.
Oh well.
We're good.
Good to be here.
All right. So today we're still on this journey of going down the road of direct-to-video sequels. We decided to strap on our guns, and we're gonna go into the world of crime and kids.
Wait, that sounds really bad.
Yeah, it does.
Or direct to Netflix, rather.
Well, actually, no. This was on DVD as well.
Oh, it was? Okay,
yeah,
yeah. All right, I was wrong.
Yeah, but this movie is available on Netflix, at least currently. It's the ever wonderful Kindergarten Cop 2.
Woo! With Dolph Lundgren.
Yes, it stars Dolph Lundgren and Bill Bellamy, among other people. But those are the two that anybody probably knows.
Yeah.
This time, Dolph Lundgren is replacing Arnold Schwarzenegger in the lead. It's a different character, but, it's basically a spiritual sequel in a way, not more of a, not a direct sequel as in, most sequels.
Yeah.
But yeah, so basically, the character that Dolph plays, named Agent Reed, he is assigned to recover some sensitive stolen data. He goes undercover as a kindergarten teacher. He's an FBI agent, and but the school's liberal political correctness environment is more than he has bargained for.
It's true.
That's what the little description I'm reading here on the internet says, on the interwebs.
The interwebs.
Yes. I watched this movie. Usually I'll watch the movie a couple times, but I didn't really have time this week, so I only watched it once, so my mind might not be as fresh on this one as it should be. But I did enjoy the movie, surprisingly. What did you think of it, Matt?
I liked it. I liked it better than the first one. I never liked the first one that much, even as a kid. But then again, I don't think that movie was really meant for kids. But
no, neither is this one really.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just liked it because it's newer, and I just I thought Arnold acted a little bit too silly in the first one. So he kind of acts silly in this one too, but it's not as blatant.
Yeah,
but I enjoyed it a lot. I thought it was a good story. I liked how they depicted where he lived. Like he lives like in some trailer just kind of off the beaten path. Basically, It kind of shows. Kind of
had a throwback to like Lethal Weapon almost.
Yeah, almost like where he lived like kind of just really by himself, like in the middle of nowhere, really. But like a really cool backdrop of the river. Yeah,
and I mean I'm gonna go off on a limb here, and people might take umbrage with what I'm about to say here, but I think Dolph Lundgren's a better actor than Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Ooh, boom, 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 boom.
I think he is.
Yeah.
I mean, Arnold Schwarzenegger obviously is a bigger star, but Dolph Lundgren can actually act. And I mean, this dude's smart and everything too in real life. So, I mean, he's what is he? You had been reading about him. You said he was
got a degree in like chemical engineering, and then he got a degree in like some other kind of engineering, like all within like 2 years, I think.
Oh, jeez.
In the early before he even started acting.
Yeah.
And then I don't even think his original plan was to be an actor at first, but then his girlfriend got him into it when they moved to New York back in the early 80s.
And beyond all that, he's in the greatest movie ever made, Masters of the Universe.
Mm-hmm. Wait,
as He-Man.
I don't even remember that.
Yeah, he played He-Man in Masters of the Universe.
Wow.
It came out in the mid-'80s, the live action. Him, and then Frank Langella as Skeletor. And when I said it was the greatest movie, I was being facetious because it's quite possibly one of the worst movies ever made. Courtney Cox is in it as well.
What?
Yeah, you've never seen this?
No.
Oh my God, we need to watch this.
Yeah, I've never seen it
for the podcast or something.
Wow.
I haven't seen it in years, but I clearly remember going to see it in theaters with my cousin and her husband. I don't know if they were married at the time. I think they were, but now husband at least. And They took me and I think my sister to go see it in theaters, and then they took us. I remember them taking us to the KB toy store afterwards and bought me a little He-Man action figure, and I remember we got a little one of those fishing games, like this little thing where there's like a little magnetic fishing rod, and you can catch the fish that are kind of spinning around on the thing. I don't know why I remember this all very clearly, but. That's my memory of Masters of the Universe and seeing it and big screen opening day. It was awesome. I remember loving it back then, watching the movie again like 5-10 years later on video, and thinking it was quite possibly one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of the Mortal Kombat movie. I saw that about 7 times in the theaters when it came out.
Yeah.
Then I watched it again about 3 years ago on Netflix, and I was like, really? This is what I was like completely into at the time.
It's funny when you're a kid how much, I still like the Mortal Kombat
It's not that bad of a movie, but there's a lot of like, wow, like cheese factor. Like,
yeah. I do highly recommend watching Masters of the Universe sometime.
We'll watch it together.
Yeah, it's very entertaining. Anyways, back to Kindergarten Cop 2. We're going to call it KC2 from now on. No, I'm joking. No. KC2 was a great film. It was directed by Don Michael Paul, a guy with 3 first names. You know what that means?
No. What?
I don't know. I was hoping you did.
Oh, I don't know.
Anyways, he's known for directing a lot of direct-to-video sequels, which I found to be the case with a lot of direct-to-video sequel directors. I don't know if it's just a thing, but he's
pigeonholed.
Yeah, he's an actor as well, but he right now in post-production, he's got the direct-to-video sequel, The Scorpion King: Book of Souls. He's got also completed as Death Race 4: Beyond Anarchy.
These titles get more stock. Sorry.
He directed Tremors: A Cold Day in Hell. He directed Sniper: Ghost Shooter. Kindergarten Cop 2, of course. Tremors 5, Bloodlines. He directed Sniper Legacy. Jarhead 2, Field of Fire. Yeah, and then he... what else has he done? He did a bunch of like TV stuff and everything. He also directed the movie Half Past Dead, which actually wasn't that bad of an action film. But if it's the Half Past Dead I'm thinking of, let me see. Yeah, the Steven Seagal movie with Steven Seagal and who else is in that? There's Morris Chestnut and Ja Rule. Yeah, I mean, for a cheesy action film, it actually wasn't bad. So, but it's just funny how he's pretty much regulated himself to direct-to-video sequels now.
Yeah.
He's also an actor and stuff like that. But still, anyways, we're just talking about his directing here. Screenplay was by David H. Steinberg and Timothy Harris. I'm not going to... We don't need to know what they wrote, necessarily. But okay, why don't we delve into what the basic premise here of the film was? What's the plot, Matthew?
Well, the plot is that he's an FBI agent. They're talking to some dude in custody who's part of like a crime family, or he's at least related to someone who's like a Albanian crime lord, and someone cuts the power to the police station that they're at, and they're gonna break in, try to break the guy out. Big shootout takes place. They kill all of the, or at least wound all of the guys, and that's when they decide that they gotta get this flash drive that the teacher at kindergarten teacher at the school. Sorry.
Yeah.
That got me trying to remember now. Yeah, they're interrogating this dude, and then his family members or whatever break him out or try to break him out. They don't succeed, and the last thing he told them was that some dude named Kevin, I guess, who was brother of the Albanian crime lord, or was he the brother of the crime lord or the brother?
I got confused on that.
I wasn't sure.
I wasn't sure who Kevin was.
Okay, well, Kevin was related.
He was
to someone.
He was the kindergarten teacher.
Yeah, he was a kindergarten teacher at that school, and he had information that they needed, and he had it on a flash drive, but they don't know what the flash drive looks like. They don't know where it's at, and they don't want to tell the school that they plan on infiltrating as the FBI. So the plan is to make up a fake resume with Agent Reed to actually be the next kindergarten teacher to replace Kevin. And then, so his plan is basically to just try to, in between classes, find his flash drive. But of course, just like a regular kindergarten cap, it doesn't really work because kids always need something, or, there's a teacher that's 30 years younger than him.
Yeah, let's emphasize that again.
We're kind of gonna go piggyback off the band camp with all the sex crimes, and we're gonna.
Okay, this isn't really
what's not
not a crime because it's completely legal and
Right.
it does happen every day. But the romantic interest for Dolph Lundgren, who was 58 when this movie was shot, was played by
a woman.
a woman named. Hold on, I gotta look her up really quick.
28-year-old woman named something.
Darla Taylor was the actress's name. Yes. Now, I'm not great with math. Are you, Matt?
No, I'm not.
Okay, so let's take this. Okay, 58 minus 28.
I get 30.
Me too. I mean, we might need to bring a math expert in here to calculator or something. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that that's correct. So there's a 30-year difference between these two. I mean, mind you, Dolph Lundgren does not look 58.
He doesn't act like it in this movie either. He
no,
acts
they,
like
they,
he's,
they, they, it's like it was written for somebody younger.
Yeah, like he acts like he's like maybe 40. Like his character just acts like he's still kind of like got that like I don't know, whatever.
It's like, I'm cool.
He's like a playboy, sort of. Well, not really a playboy, but he just doesn't really have a lot of... He basically doesn't have any serious relationships with anyone. Like, that's even goes to, like, his partner.
He's always flirting with people and stuff, too. And, like, checking out women as they walk by and stuff prior to this. Yeah. And it seems like every woman and a couple men in the movie just find him irresistible.
Yeah, like
I mean, mind you, he's a good-looking dude, but, I mean, I don't know if...
Have they not seen anyone else? Maybe he's like the first person they've seen in a long time that's attractive.
Yeah.
So to them, they're like...
I just want to know what Kevin looked like. Was he ugly or what? Because
they didn't really say. Yeah. They said he was nice and that they were friends with him. I don't know. And then... So so he, like, and his partner complained in the movie that, he never really wants to get close with him either. Never wants his help for anything because he doesn't believe in, he said something about, detachment is a good aspect in a relationship or some weird shit like that. And so clearly he's a character that's got some issues with, like, getting close to people. So maybe that's why he's single all the time.
So I'm looking up Darla Taylor, the actress who plays the love interest here on the IMDb. That is the internet movie database for the uninformed. Anyways, she has not done any movies since this movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which was like a couple years ago. I just find that really weird because she was a decent actress and cute. I don't know.
And she looks familiar, though, too.
Yeah. She played like a tour guide in an episode of The Flash prior to that. And I don't know. It's a lot of like guest spots on TV shows and stuff. Mostly stuff shot in Canada because she's Canadian. I mean, this movie was shot in Canada as well, I believe. So
Vancouver, probably.
Somewhere, I think it was. Let's look that up in a second here.
I bet you it was because it takes place in Seattle.
Yeah.
And he was by the river. That's where he lives.
Yeah, so it was probably... Yeah, Vancouver, British Columbia. It was... a lot of it was filmed at Kwantlen Polytechnic University, Langley, British Columbia, Canada.
Hey folks, this is Michael E. Cullen II from the podcast that you're listening to right now, along with
Matthew Haas.
We just wanted to tell you about our great podcast called Super. It's called All Too Real. And on that show, what do we do, Matt?
We watch biopics and then we talk about whether or not the movie matched up with the real story or not.
So
it's a lot more exciting than that, though.
Yeah. So we analyze the real story and the real story.
Get it?
Get it?
Real.
Yeah, they're spelled differently, folks. You can guess which one I said which way. Anyways, so sometimes we have a guest, sometimes we don't. But we talk about great movies like Shattered Glass and The Social Network and Futile and Stupid Gesture, among others. Those are some of the ones that we've covered so far, and we're going to cover a lot more. So please subscribe on Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you find your great, fun podcasts. And be sure to share it with your friends.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
And make sure you're not afraid to get all too real. Bye-bye.
And we're back. We're going to take a break now for a few minutes from the Kindergarten Cop 2 review to talk to actor and director Austin Foxx. He's only 13 years old, and he's already directed his own short film, and here's an interview we had with him the other day. All right, we would like to welcome Austin Foxx here to the All Too Real 2 podcast and our All2Interview section. How are you doing today, Austin?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
I just wanted to ask you, first off, tell us a little bit about how you got started in acting and entertainment and everything.
How I got started in acting was I would watch TV a lot when I was little, and seeing those people on the screen really intrigued me on what if I was that person. So I knew my dad had been in the business for a while. He used to be a producer, so I thought he could help me get into acting. So I asked him, and he enrolled me actually in classes at an acting school called Barbizon. I studied there for about 6 months. I entered one of their competitions, won second place in my division, got callbacks from about 32 agents. After meeting with them, signed with my current agent, Don Landrum.
It's very cool. What was the first thing that you did acting wise?
The first thing I did acting wise was Murder Made Me Famous. Was my ever real project I did in acting. It was the first episode of season 4, and it aired on the Reels channel, and that was a great first experience to be playing one of the main characters and getting to stab a little kid.
Yeah. Nice. I see. Yeah, I see you played the young Gary Ridgway, who is the known as the Green River Killer. That's pretty. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'll have to check that out. I have yet to see that. But I don't know. I'm a little obsessed with like true crime sometimes. So yeah, I'll have to definitely check that out. So far, like as you've been acting, what is your favorite memory so far of anything that you've done, like in just even like a moment on set or anything that you've had happen?
My favorite memory, I would probably have to say on the set of Eli, there was this other kid named Charlie. He was the main character in that movie, and when I arrived there, everyone thought I was him. So for a few days, I had to get used to people who kept calling me Charlie. And at first we would try and correct him like, that's him, Austin. But it just started getting on like, yeah, hey, how you doing? That was pretty funny. Then they called Charlie Austin, and yeah.
That's funny. Do you guys look alike, or?
Sorta, except I had longer hair.
What like when you were younger, like what actors or movies or anything inspired you to want to become an actor?
Well, a lot of movies I watched, including were a lot of very animated movies. I was really into those, such as Up, Bolt, Wall-E. Some of those were pretty good movies. And I just watched, as a kid, I watched a lot of Nickelodeon stuff and those little sitcoms, and I thought those were pretty funny. Hopefully I could be in one of those someday, I was thinking to myself.
That's very cool. And so you've directed and wrote and starred in your own short film called Mom. Could you tell us a little bit about that film?
Well, I can tell you a lot about that.
Sure, go ahead.
It was the first movie I've written and directed when I was 12, and that was a really great experience to have at such a young age, and having to direct a bunch of people, including adults. And the cast and crew were amazing. They did such a great job in making the project come together, and it got done so fast. How we came up with the idea for Mom was we were getting into a discussion about an audition I had been submitted for, and we were listening to the news at the time, and on the news was this article about the border at Mexico and how kids were being separated from their families. So we have got into a discussion about this, and I was thinking, what if there was a movie, except instead of the kids being separated, the mom died and the oldest son had to take care of his 2 younger siblings. And like, has anyone made that idea? No? Alright, then let's make it. After a few weeks of writing out a description, then getting the script together, about 3 weeks later we had it finished, the script finished. Now all we needed to do was cast it, where we got a great casting director. Her name is Katrina Cook. She helped us get the talent for the project and some of the crew too. She's just amazing, and really we couldn't have got the amazing crew and talent without her.
It's very cool. And that's a very mature and deep story for someone of your age to do. Did you find the process challenging at all, or? Yes,
it was definitely challenging, especially me being so young and other people who do stuff being like in their adults or at least teens.
Yeah.
By that time. So yes, it was definitely challenging. But I've been through it with the help of everyone on the project.
Were you able to get everybody to pay attention to you and listen to you as the director on the set, okay, and everything?
Yes, they absolutely treated me like a director. They didn't. really happy that they didn't look down on me because of my age, and since everyone got along pretty well, it went smoothly, and the project was able to get done, and the crew was happy. So was everyone.
That's good to hear. I mean, I know it can be a difficult job at any age. I'm a film director myself, so I know how it is. It's kind of can be difficult at times to get people to listen on set, but it's good to hear that they actually respected you and listened to you and everything. What do you have coming up? Anything else that we should look forward to? Or
a short film I was just in that recently came out on YouTube was a little student film made by Amanda Lee called Lovesick, and I was in that with a few other people, including a very talented young girl named Maya Delgado, who's about my age. She, after meeting her on Lovesick, she actually help with the music on Mom.
That's very cool.
And yeah,
that's very cool. Making connections and everything. That's very very important, I think. What advice would you give to any kids or adults or anybody that's interested in getting into acting or directing or entertainment in general?
Take lessons. If you take lessons, you can't. If you just jump into it right there, just jump into it without any experience, any practice, you're not going to do so well. So find some people in your area that do acting courses and help you get into a business. If you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, some people I recommend would be Catherine Hart. Hart is a very great one. I went to Barbizon, as I said, for my main school, which I got started in. They can be really great. And yeah, just take lessons if you want to go far.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of Barbizons around the country, too, so that's a good thing for people to look into. If you could work with anybody, like any actor or director or anybody, who would you choose?
I would have to think about that. There's a lot of great people out there. Although one person I have worked with who is really great is a girl named Sadie Sink. I've worked with her on a project by Paramount called Eli, which I mentioned earlier, and she was very great to work with, as I was a fan and watched all the seasons of Stranger Things. So that was pretty great to meet her and work with.
Very cool. Is Eli, is that available online to watch, or is that on Netflix? Is that one?
It soon will be available on Netflix. We don't know too much about when it's releasing right now.
Oh, very cool.
But we predict it might come out around Stranger Things Season 3. So stay tuned for that on Netflix.
Hi, this is Matt. I was just wondering what your favorite film was.
Well, one of my favorite films I recently watched is a 1900s film called Stand By Me, and I just love that movie as it's a great adventure of these four boys and the connections and the adventures they go to and the drama of it really.
Yeah, that's definitely it's one of my favorites.
I liked it.
Yeah, it's a great film. Before we go, where can people find you online if they want to find out more information about you or to work with you or anything like that?
Well, if you want to keep in touch with what I'm doing, I have a Facebook and an Instagram. If you want to see kind of what I do for small projects and stuff like that, you can check that out. And also, for my movie Mom, we are currently in post-production of that. And we actually have a Kickstarter. GoFundMe. A GoFundMe that you can go to. And so I don't have to give you the super long link that you had to type in. You can go to www.fox with 2 X's. You can go to that and it'll we set up to redirect you right to the GoFundMe campaign. So we would really appreciate if you could help with that to get Mom out there.
Very cool. Yeah, We'll post those links in our show description so people can find those easier too. Anything else before you go that you'd like to say to any of your fans or anybody out there before we let you go, Austin?
one thing I forgot to mention was you can also find me on IMDb as well if you want to see some projects I've been in, if you're interested in that as well. And I'd say that's about it, all I have to say right now.
All right, thank you very much. It was like a pleasure to talk to you. If you hopefully we'll have you on again sometime soon, and we can talk more about future projects.
All right, thanks for having me on. It was great talking to you.
Have a great day.
Bye, Austin.
And now back to our review of Kindergarten Cop 2.
This polytechnic school that they shot at, I think they also used it as the FBI headquarters because the FBI headquarters just seemed to look like a school to me more than FBI headquarters. I don't know because I've never been to an FBI headquarters. Have you?
No.
I mean, there was that one time when.
No.
Are they listening?
No, don't talk.
Okay. Wait, are they?
It's fine. No.
They're not listening?
No.
Are we sure?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Anyways, back to the show here, folks. I love the FBI.
Yeah, I'm okay.
I call them my fun buddies incorporated. Anyways,
Wow.
yeah. Anyways, favorite boys I know.
Wow.
I'm going crazy.
Yeah.
So basically, the plot of the movie, the one thing that really bothers me, speaking of the FBI things, is did I talk about the boss?
I
don't know.
We'll just talk about him again.
Yeah. So basically, the boss is overacting.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's him or the direction or both, or we'll just blame each other here. We'll just kind of, it was just way, way over the top.
Whoa.
He would just yell every one of his lines and everything and be the stereotype of a, like, 80s boss cop from, like, a Lethal Weapon but, like, way over the top of it, or from Last Action Hero or one of those type of things, where in Last Action Hero it was supposed to be a parody and a meta film, but I don't know if that's what they're going for here or not, but that's the one thing that bothered me besides the age difference between the teachers and love interest.
Yeah.
That bothered me the most. I don't know. What about you?
Yeah, a little weird.
Yeah.
58, 28. But then again, he might have not actually played a 58-year-old.
That's true. That's true. I mean, it's not weird. I mean, it's there's a precedent set in Hollywood for that for years. I mean, look at like I don't know, what was that movie with Sean Connery and Catherine Zeta-Jones?
Oh God. Yeah, no, I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't either, but you know what I mean. Yeah, that sort of thing has happened for years. And I mean, even back in the day, you'd have like, I don't know, like I'm sure that Jimmy Stewart would have a love interest who was like, 40 years younger than him and shit, Anyways, I don't know why I went to Jimmy Stewart, but
yeah,
we'll just go there.
But yeah, just the overacting, like when Agent Reed's about to shoot the vending machine because it wouldn't yield him his Twix bar that he.
Speaking of which, I got a present here for you, Matt.
Oh, thank you. Oh my God, Twix! Oh my God, you actually got this?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I got myself one too.
Dude, I was actually thinking about this. Like, I really wanted to have like Twix today.
So throughout the movie, Dolph Lundgren keeps eating Twix bars. It's like his one,
that's like
his one vice. Yeah. So I'm opening up mine here, and love that crunch. Love that caramel or caramel, depending on how you say it.
Yep.
And that a nice little chocolate or chocolate, depending on how you say it. And I just want to say something here. I'm pretty sure that they sponsored this great film.
Mm-hmm.
They had to have for it to appear that often in their product placement. And we're using it right now here on this podcast as product placement. What I'd like to say to the wonderful people at the Mars Candy Corporation, or whatever they're called, let's see what it says here on the back of my... Mars Chocolate North America, LLC. Okay, I'd like to talk to you folks. For years and years, I've loved me some Mars candy. I don't know about you, Matt, but the
true.
Twix. You know, there are times when I've been down in life, very sad. I go to the grocery store, look over there at the candy counter, and there's this glistening off of this gold wrapper, this gold and red and white wrapper. That says Twix right on it. You know what it says to me?
What?
I'm going to make you happy, Mike. And Twix does. So if you would like to sponsor this podcast, you can reach us at All2Real2 podcast at it's All2Real2, I believe, at gmail.com. Otherwise, just go to cullenpark.com. You can reach us for this and several other podcasts that we have. We would love a sponsorship from the wonderful people at Twix and Mars. Do you agree, Matt?
Yes, I do. It's that gold wrapper that really gets you. It's that.
Mm-hmm.
It's that perfect.
It's shiny.
It's just gold, red, and white. It's like you're gonna get into something good.
I mean, look at the light glistening.
I know
off
that's
that wrapper.
the thing. It's like
just
such
beautiful.
It's fantastic.
I love Twix.
Me too.
Okay, back to Kindergarten Cop 2. Anyways, again though, if you would like to sponsor us, please contact us.
Yeah.
I love Twix.
Yeah.
Twix.
Okay.
Anyways, so basically the film goes on where they're looking for the flash drive. That's the word. I don't know why I keep forgetting the name flash drive. I want to call them something else. Yeah. I thought it was funny at the beginning of the movie where the one girl's like, I know where the flash drive is, and then she takes them to a flashlight.
Yeah. I saw him put it in the emergency box or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. So yeah, basically he's trying to pretend to teach so he can take time off when he's not teaching to sneak into other people's rooms and try to find his flash drive. By the way, he acts like a terrible FBI agent by asking the most obvious questions, like as soon as he meets people, like, "Hey, did Kevin ever ask you to hide anything before he died? Like, really? Like, come on! Like, you meet someone for 10 minutes, and that's what you're gonna open up with."
Oh, I do that all the time.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, did you hide that body? Oh yeah, I'm just gonna open up to you and say that. What? So weird.
Shh. The FBI might be listening.
Oh,
okay. Anyways,
if they're anything like Agent Reed's, then
character,
don't
they'll be
about it.
obvious. We'll know if they are listening or
Yeah,
not.
they'll just say, "Hey,
we're listening."
Yeah. So when he's talking to this woman that's 500 years younger than he is, and he asks her the very first time he meets her, "Hey, did Kevin ever ask you to hide anything?" It's no. Then they go out on their first date, and the date's going pretty well. He starts asking her all these really weird questions again. It's like, dude, you're on a date. Act like you're on a date. Don't ask weird shit like, did he ever keep secrets and all this kind of weird crap like that? What are you talking about, man?
And speaking of the date that they go on, if anything is worth this movie, it's watching Dolph Lundgren line dance.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one.
I'm telling you. They could have just released 2 hours of Dolph Lundgren line dancing.
Yeah. That would be
Sorry, I just went somewhere watching him in my mind.
just
Line
going
dancing.
on to that country music and that boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's nothing I love more than a former Rocky villain line dancing to a music that I love. Oh, by the way, I don't really like country. Anyways,
I was gonna say, wait a minute. I'm not sure if that's true. Now.
Yeah. Okay, so
he finds, he's looking around. There's, a bunch of funny scenes in between, like the whole peanut butter and jelly scene where he, this is a stereo caricature of what they think is a liberal school, I guess. So of course that means it's got to be
completely oversensitive to everything because that's what they think people are like. But whatever. So he has a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and then this kid freaks out when he tells him what PB&J stands for because he's got like a severe, like a really.
So
really
what does
severe,
PB&J stand for?
Stands for peanut butter and jelly.
Whoa, mind blown.
And this kid, by the way, people are making fun of peanut allergies. Well, in the movie, this kid literally has it where he can like almost practically die from it.
Yeah,
So it's not like
it's a sensitive issue.
It's not some like joke like, oh, he's got a peanut allergy. Like, okay, he could die from it. So.
And like I've said in the past, I mean, it's just I get the point that if this kid over here is allergic, that you don't want, this girl over here bringing a sandwich to school. And I don't know. It just seems like there'd be some way that the teacher could have a freaking peanut butter and jelly sandwich without it interfering with the kids.
Exactly. But, he made the mistake. And so there's they had to lock down the whole school. So that's supposed to give an indication of, how the school is ran. And, one scene, he gives them chocolate cookies for the first time because they're used to eating like health food.
Yeah.
And then of course, since they never had this before, they go crazy. And
it's the as I've brought up in previous episodes of things. It's the automatic the college film school drug reaction thing or something. Like when somebody drinks or does drugs, automatically everything goes crazy, and that's how they acted with the chocolate.
They ate it, and then instantly they're just bouncing off the walls.
Yeah,
no like prep time for it to get in your system or anything like that.
It's like crunch, crazy.
Yeah, and he couldn't control them, of course. And then his love interest, who's 7,000 years younger than he is. She's the one that
keeps getting younger.
I know, it's weird. She's the one that's able to calm them down by doing this clapping type thing, I guess, that they were taught.
I don't know if we've mentioned this before, but I'm looking at the cast list again. The kids' names are Cowboy and Jet.
Oh yeah, that's right. And Patience. Patience I've heard before.
Yeah, but Cowboy?
No.
Who names their kid Cowboy?
That's exactly what.
Jet I get.
Bill
I mean,
Bellamy's
Jet
kid.
I've seen, but Cowboy?
Doesn't make a lot of sense to me, especially given that.
But then again, I mean, I don't know. Cowboy Cullen.
I kind of like that, actually.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have a kid just to name him Cowboy.
Cowboy.
I have no other desire to have kids.
Other than that.
Yeah, just so I can name him Cowboy.
Cullen. Wow.
I think I might go adopt a kid and change his name to Cowboy.
Wow.
Or her name. Who knows? That'd be even weirder if it was a girl named Cowboy.
Yes, now you're being really, progressive that way. I don't know.
This is my daughter, Cowboy, and this is my son, I don't know, Barbie. And, I don't know. It'd be progressive, right?
Whatever. Could be.
Okay, well, we're good. Anyways, Patience.
Patience is one, yeah.
That's a good name, though.
I've heard it before.
There's Trip and...
Trip, really?
Yeah, and,
Trip McNeely.
Yeah.
Wasn't that a guy's name from Can't Hardly Wait? Trip McNeely? Or now?
It might have been. I don't know. I'm
he
trying
was
to remember.
like the really football star from the year before.
Sounds like I haven't seen that movie in a long time. Yeah. So I mean, I've seen it, but it's
good movie.
Been probably like 10 years since I've seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, they go throughout this whole thing trying to find the flash drive.
Yeah, I'm starting to think about there's really not much that goes on in this movie. That's why we don't have much to say about. Literally, it's just
basically
trying to find the flash drive.
Your little setups of comedy here and there with the kids, and
that's it.
I mean, but somehow it's a heartwarming film. Though.
It is though.
I really liked it.
The only thing I thought was I wouldn't say it was overacting, but I guess like one of my complaints is like the pacing of the film. Like, it seems like nothing really happens for, like, the first hour and 20 minutes, and then everything happens in the last 20 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, that happens a lot in movies like this.
Why can't they...
I think that happened in the original,
why
too,
can't
in a way.
they make it more balanced? I don't understand that. But anyway, so that was kind of my thing. But, like, the overacting, like, where Patience, like, is, like, being, like, basically pulled around by her dad a lot, like, manhandling.
Oh, no, that was Molly.
Oh, sorry, that was Molly's.
I think it's Molly.
That was Molly, yeah.
Yeah, Patience, I think, was the African-American girl.
Okay. Now I'm thinking of Molly, who is And then so they do like, you know, a background check or whatever and find out that he's been drinking
Laid
in
off.
the day and stuff. So
How they knew he was drinking during the day is beyond me.
they did their FBI stuff, probably illegally, but
So does the FBI know that I just drank some Pepsi?
might.
By the way, I love Pepsi.
Yeah, Pepsi is a very refreshing
Yes.
drink.
It's a great drink. And I just noticed that you have a Pepsi t-shirt on.
I have a Pepsi. Oh, I do have a Pepsi t-shirt on.
But yet you're drinking an RC Cola.
Well, you gave me that.
Yeah, that's what was in my fridge. Anyways, I love RC Cola as well. So Pepsi and RC Cola, if you would like to sponsor All 2 Real 2 podcast or any of the Cullen Park Productions podcasts, please feel free to contact us. My email personally is Mike at cullenpark.com. Yeah, just send me those emails. And if anybody else would like to just give me money,
Yeah.
I'm good with that too.
We'll make it worthwhile somehow.
Yeah, we'll say your name on the show.
Yeah.
You know, give me $1 and I'll be like, hey, Bob gave me $1.
And Bob wants to promote this event.
Then that would cost more than $1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that cost
$2 maybe.
Yeah, maybe $2.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know. No, we'd probably do that for free.
Yeah.
Anyways, but again, I love Pepsi.
Yeah.
And RC.
Yeah. Me too.
Coke is good too sometimes.
Yeah.
You know?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Depends.
Yeah.
Who's the highest bidder? I mean.
Yeah, and you know, Sam's Choice.
Yeah.
Sam's Choice Cola. You know.
Really.
Yeah. You know,
Never had it.
it's from Walmart. You
Oh.
know. And by the way, Walmart, love you too. You know, Meijer, Kmart, Target,
Everywhere.
Yeah, Kroger, love you all, man. You're all great. If you want to be the exclusive sponsor of the show, please let us know, or we'll just keep talking about RC and Pepsi. Anyways, and Twix. By the way, I got to mention that again.
Yeah.
I love Twix. Okay, Mars.
Yeah.
Is that good enough?
I think we've done enough.
Okay, anyways, Bill Bellamy. He's in this movie. He's pretty funny.
Yeah, he
I
is.
like him in this movie a lot. I think he kind of saved the movie in certain ways. He was kind of funny here and there. I mean, it was, but I mean, then again, I think Dolph Lundgren. You know, like I said, I'm going out on a limb and saying that Dolph Lundgren's better than Arnold Schwarzenegger.
As an actor?
Yes, as an actor.
I would say so.
I think. I mean, this movie isn't going to win him an Academy Award or anything. I mean, obviously because it's 2 years old, but I love my life.
But Bill Bellamy's timing is great too.
Yeah, it is.
Like his style of like comeback humor, like for example, when Agent Reed is opening his bag thing of Twix and eating it when they're being chastised by their stupid boss.
Yes.
Bill Bellamy's like, oh, so you're just gonna open it up and not give me one? Okay, all right, fine. I'll remember that. Like, just like really like.
But you know, that's the wonderful thing about Twix.
Yeah.
They come with 2 in a package.
Right.
So you can share.
You can, yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to, but you can.
I love you, Twix. I think if Twix was a girl, I'd marry it.
Cool.
I mean, an adult girl, not like a little
yeah.
girl, because that's just kind of
Well,
creepy
yeah,
and stuff. Anyways, let's go.
Don't get Mike Cernovich on you.
Yeah, we don't want to have that happen.
No.
I don't want anybody gunning for me.
Ooh.
So, boy, I love my life. Hi, folks. This is Michael E. Cullen II from the podcast that you're listening to right now, along with
Manager Matthew Haas.
You got promoted?
Yes.
Damn it. Okay, anyways, folks, do you like the show Superstore?
Well,
I don't know. I asked the folks and nobody's answering me.
because they're not here.
Oh,
but we love
damn
it.
Yeah, we love it, though. Okay, folks, if you like it as much as we do, you're really going to like the Super Story podcast, which is a podcast where Matthew and I go episode by episode and give our little opinions and thoughts on it. Sometimes we have guests, sometimes we don't. Just depends on how we're feeling.
Yeah.
And, so if you like this podcast and like our little crazy banter,
then you should definitely check this out. Or I might get sad. And when I get sad, it gets pretty sad. So
I can't deal with him when he's sad.
no one can really. So
Yeah. So check out Super Story Podcast
right here where you get this podcast, Super Story Podcast.
Minstrel, fetch me the finest French horns!
Meet Kaylee Fawn, scientist in mind and supervillain at heart.
I remember when my parents made a fuss over me. They hired my TV idol, Professor Phenotype, to visit us for my 6th birthday party. Now I'm not legally allowed near flammable materials until I hit menopause.
Or was that the other way around?
Face my mastery over the elements!
You can hear Kaylee Fawn and her exciting adventures in the upcoming radio comedy, Magus Elgar.
Visit MagusElgar.com to download your copy today.
Hi, I'm Mike from the Genuine Chit-Chat podcast, where we have honest conversations with interesting people. I speak to a wide variety of guests, including CEOs of businesses, psychologists, authors, musicians, travellers, people suffering with physical and mental illnesses, and everyone in between. Where we speak about a large variety of topics, including music and movies and pop culture, but also some more controversial topics, including drug reform, political correctness, and many more. No subject is off limits. You can find us on all the usual podcast places, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts, as well as on YouTube, and you can follow us in all the usual social media places. And to be clear, I don't expect everyone listening to enjoy every episode of my show. What I do think is that due to the wide variety of guests and topics, that there'll be at least one episode that each person listening will enjoy. So if you still appreciate the art of conversation and want to hear honest conversations with interesting people, then be sure to check out Genuine Chit-Chat in all the usual places.
Okay, so basically, what ends up happening? They find where do they find the flash drive?
They find the flash drive. Well, for one thing, they discover where it was being hidden, and they found out that the song about the kid's pet.
The poem that Kevin taught them.
It was actually like a code,
an acrostic.
Yeah, acrostic, and it spelled time capsule. And then the kids were about to bury that time capsule in some park or something at that time, and then that's when the Albanian crime lord got to the school and basically held them hostage and told them to, take.
Yeah, and then found out that they were going to bury it with Hal, the technology teacher.
Yeah.
It was kind of interesting. Earlier in the movie too, Hal was also like kind of a war model nerd or something. He had
that's right.
He had a whole thing, and then they for some odd reason, Zach taught them Zach Reed, that is, taught them the story of the Trojan horse.
Oh, it's because of the capture of the flag.
Yeah.
He told them, to basically...
Yeah, well, they used it later, but before that, they didn't even know about the capture of the flag, did they?
They said something like, okay. we lose every time, so he taught them to do that to make a diversion, basically.
Yeah, to help them.
And they used his, basically model, or antique,
yeah. Antique, I don't know, it was like Civil War thing or something. Anyways, but so they know about that's important though, that they know about the Trojan horse because they get captured. Everybody does. Bill Bellamy almost gets killed.
Yeah, but
he's saved by the principal of the school, or the head person of the school, whatever her name is, whatever thing is, Miss Sinclair, played by Sarah Strange.
So I guess the headmaster.
She has a baseball bat that she takes to the bad dude who's got Bill Bellamy, dead to rights, and
she beats the shit out of him.
Yeah,
basically.
And so she saves his life, and then Bill Bellamy gives her a kiss on the cheek.
Then goes to the park or whatever they're at.
Yeah,
that's where this whole thing takes place. They
send the kids off.
Well, yeah, Agent Reed gives them a hint, says be brave like
Odysseus.
Yeah, so the kid understands what that means. And then,
yeah, because kids are smart.
Well, these kids are.
Yeah,
because they're part of this.
And they have peanut allergies.
Fancy school. Yeah.
That makes you smart.
Well, no, that doesn't make you smart, but...
Oh, okay. I got confused.
Well, they are smart, and one of them has peanut allergies.
Oh, okay. So it's not... They're two separate things.
Yeah,
oh, okay. I thought that was related.
No.
I didn't know.
No.
I thought maybe, just because of that.
No, I don't think that was implied.
I'm joking. Anyways.
So they're hiding underneath, this turtle thing or
right. It was like a
statue
fish.
Something like
because it was fish because he takes him over there to the fish,
yeah, that's right.
and then the Albanian guy makes a really bad joke, and he's like, I'm going to make you sleep with the fishes.
God, I just want to shoot him in the head right just for saying that.
Yeah.
And again, though, how this is kind of a kid-friendly movie. No one really dies in this movie. I don't even think the people they shot in the beginning were even killed.
I don't know.
They
Maybe they were.
Them. Maybe
yeah.
They were, but.
Yeah, I mean, but there are, you know, it's like kid friendly, but then you have, you know, girls in skimpy bikinis, and then you have
yeah, that's true. Then you
guns, and you have bad language here and there.
And then you got you know, a guy who's 17,000 years older than the woman dating her. You know,
wow, he's getting older.
He's getting really. And,
can't believe that, man. He looks good for his
age. I know he does. He's pretty good. Got like the Sorcerer's Stone or something like that. Ooh, Harry Potter reference.
Wow. Anyways, so they basically the kids come out and then they beat the bad dudes with sticks.
Yeah, pretty
much.
much.
And then Hal, the technology teacher, gets all, you know, all like WWE.
He gets all wrestling on him.
Yeah,
does a belly, elbow.
Yeah, like an elbow to the guy's face or something, and then
kicks him in the balls. Yeah. I think. And
yeah.
So feels like all macho now that he beat someone up finally or whatever.
And then during this too, Olivia, the other kindergarten teacher, had found out that that Zach had been lying to her this whole time.
Yeah,
and and so, you know, of course, you got that moment of, oh no, the dude lied to me. So, you know, it's the whole she's all that. That was a fucking bet. Wait, and that's what it felt like to me, because it's like, oh, I got close to her because I needed to know this information, sort of thing. And it was just basically like the whole Rachel E. Cook. I was a stinking bet. You know, anyways, that's my favorite moment in any movie because it's so cliche.
Yeah.
And anytime any moment happens like this in a movie, I always think it's the I'm a bet scene. But so that's basically what happened. You know, she just basically loses trust in him. And then
he says he's sorry.
He says he's sorry, and all of a sudden she's, you know, wanting to bang him again.
Yeah.
And anyways, a guy who's like, you know, 45,000 years older.
I was just gonna say 45,000. Wow.
A guy who's old enough to be her great grandfather.
Wow.
I'm surprised you didn't need a walker. Oh, wait. No.
Wow.
I'm saying this about a guy who's only 20 years older than me. But anyways, we'll just...
like impeccable shape. And...
yeah, and could kick my ass easily. But, yeah, anyways, so, you know, and then everything's happily ever after. They kiss and blah, 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 you know. A lot of movies that we watch, you know, like Band Camp ended in a kiss, this ends in a kiss.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's like, yeah.
That was pretty much the whole gist of the movie. I mean, it wasn't really a whole lot of scenes in it. That was pretty much it.
No, I mean, and I mean, would you recommend somebody watching this?
Yeah, I think it's all right. I probably won't watch it again for a while. But
no.
Unlike, you know, some of the other movies, I think it'd be okay to watch.
I've seen the original a million bazillion times. I mean, I think it was like the cousin or something of one of my ex-girlfriends was actually in the original.
Oh, wow.
So, you know, was one of the little boys in the movie. Was one of the little kindergartners. Anyways, so when I was with her, we watched it a lot.
My cousin's in here.
Yeah, it was cousin or friend or something. I don't know. I can't remember. It was years ago. But then I kind of just haven't watched that movie since then. And I mean, I liked the movie, but this one I just think it kind of felt like it had a little more heart to it. I don't know. It just could be me reading into it. I mean, you got the similar characters in the first one. I mean, except for like, instead of having a female partner like he does in the first one, who's pregnant, basically you got a black partner who has kids, who you know, couldn't be the guy that goes undercover, because originally in the first movie it was supposed to be the female partner that was supposed to be the one going undercover, but she was pregnant, so she couldn't, and so Arnold had to go undercover. This one, Bill Bellamy couldn't go undercover because he had already talked to all the kids.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. He
yeah.
interrogated
So
but talk to them.
Which you think they would have thought of ahead of time if they thought they might have even had to possibly do that.
Exactly.
And also, I mean, my whole thing is it's like there wasn't anybody more believable that could be up in the FBI. I'm not saying
it's
that
the high school FBI thing.
Yeah.
So, they're running out of a high school, so
yeah.
Probably not that advanced in this jurisdiction.
Yeah, I mean, somebody had to, go to detention and they couldn't. I don't know. Anyways, So, I think I'd recommend watching it, though. It's. I think, like I said, I think Dolph's a better lead, honestly, in this movie. And this movie would be great if the first one never existed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, people wouldn't compare the two. There is the whole, 400 billion thousand year age difference between the between the two leads and the overacting of the of their boss. But other than that, I think it's a pretty decent film. Contrary to the trailer, I wouldn't watch this with your kids necessarily. I mean,
some parts,
maybe a little older kids, but I wouldn't watch this with like your kindergartner.
No,
and I wouldn't watch the first one with your kindergartner either. Mm-hmm. They're both PG-13 movies. So, but yeah, on a scale of 1 to 2 Twix, I give this a half a Twix.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
that's cool.
That's actually a good thing because a half a Twix is very satisfying, and it's
it is. See, that's the thing with Twix. You don't really need a lot.
No,
but they give you 2 sticks.
Yeah, so that you could share them with your friends.
They give you 2 sticks, and really, half of one is just heaven alone.
Yeah.
So they're giving you heaven times
4. Yeah. So Twix is heaven times 4.
Mm-hmm. That's a good.
Yeah.
That's a good slogan.
Or at least maybe we should do it heaven times 2 because there's 2 in there, and then you get Okay, so if you'd like to hire us to do your ads, Twix, we could do that too. Yeah. If you want to help us out in any way whatsoever, Twix, please do, Twix. Mm-hmm. I love Twix.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
And on that note, we should probably end this show.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so thank you for listening, and be sure to follow us on all of the social media and all that good stuff, and give us money if you'd like, especially if you're Twix.
Yeah.
All right. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
I love Twix.
Thanks for listening to All Too Real 2 podcast, a Cullen Park production. Produced and edited by Michael E. Cullen II. Music by Matthew Hawes. Subscribe and share the show. Visit us at cullenpark.com.